Good morning, students. I am your social teacher, and in the previous lesson and the previous classes, we discussed about the spheres of the earth. That means that the earth is composed of the four spheres. So, what is the lithosphere and atmosphere, hydrosphere, and fourth sphere is the biosphere. So, today we are going to discuss about the fourth sphere, biosphere of the earth. So, in this lesson, we are going to discuss about the meaning of ecosystem and the meaning of biosphere and the components and the functions of biodiversity and biomass of the world. These are the things we are going to discuss in this class. And first one is the before going to the lesson, we can see the introduction part. Biosphere, the fourth sphere of the earth, as it's a supporting layer for that exists on the earth's surface. Already we know it. So earth is composed of four spheres. The last sphere, that is the biosphere. This biosphere supporting layers that exist on the earth's surface. This layer on the earth encompasses the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. So that means this sphere depends on all these three spheres. The vertical range of the biosphere is approximately 20 kilometer, which is measured from the ocean floor to the troposphere. And another one, the most plants and animals live in the very narrow section for about 1 kilometer above and below the mean sea level. That means MSL also is given. MSL means the mean sea level. This biosphere lives approximately 1 kilometer and below 1 kilometer from the mean sea level. Biosphere is made up of different ecosystem and biomass. All living things, large or small, each grouped into species. The area in which an animal, plant, or microorganisms lives is called a habitat. So here this habitat is what is mean by habitat? All living things. That means animals, plants, or microorganisms include the microorganisms or lives in is called habitat. A wide variety of plants and animals lives in the particular habitat known as biodiversity. That means a wide variety of plants, a particular variety of plants and animals lives in the particular region or particular area, that is called biodiversity. So here is the given that vertical range of biosphere on the earth. First one, that tallest mountain, mean sea level. Here the sea level is given, mean sea level, and bottom and average ocean floor depth. So here the center is the sea level. So above the sea level area where most living things lived. This is the biosphere, vertical range of the biospheres on the earth. And also we can see here ecosystem first. An ecosystem is a community where all living organisms lived and interact with one another and also with their living, non-living environments such as land, soil, air, water, etc. That means here the ecosystem is a community where all living organisms lived and interact with one another. Here we can see that all living organisms depends on one another, and also it depends the non-living things. The biosphere harbors all ecosystem on the earth and sustains life from including mankind. So it biosphere மட்டும்தான் என்ன இருக்குன்னா லைஃப் இருக்குது. ஸோ அந்த லைஃப் லிவிங் ஆர்கனிசம்ஸ் இருக்குது, அது எல்லாமே சேர்ந்து மேன்கைண்ட் தட் என்ன எதுக்கு ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுதுன்னா இன்க்ளூடிங் மேன்கைண்ட்னா நம்மளுடைய திங்ஸ். இப்போ நம்மளுடைய எபிலிட்டி ஆஃப் லிவிங் இன் த, that means the survival of the man. The branch of science that deals about the ecosystem is called ecology. A person who studies ecology is referred to as the ecologist. It's very important. Here the components of ecosystem. There are three components: abiotic components, biotic components, and the energy components. The abiotic components are, the abiotic components include the non-living, inorganic, physical and chemical factors in the environment. ஸோ அபியோட்டிக் அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம்னா எதில் வரும்னா non-living things, அதாவது இன்ஆர்கானிக், ஆர்கானிக் இல்லாமல் இன்ஆர்கானிக் physical and chemical factors. And biotic components. The biotic components include plants, animals and microorganisms. That means that living organisms. Here there are two types: producers, consumers. Producers are self-nourishing components of the ecosystem, hence they are called autotrophs. They are found both on land and water, plant, algae and bacteria. So the producers, they were called autotrophs because they depends on nourishing components. They live both in land and water. And another one, consumers, those that depend on producers directly or indirectly, hence they are called heterotrophs. இப்போ பார்த்துட்டிங்கன்னா கன்சியூமர் சொல்கிறோம். இந்த கன்சியூமர்ஸு இந்த ப்ரொடியூசர்ஸை டிபெண்ட் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. யாருன்னா இந்த லேண்டு இதெல்லாம். ஸோ இவங்க லேண்ட் அண்டு வாட்டர் டிபெண்ட் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. அதில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஸ்பீசஸை டிபெண்ட் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. அவங்கள நம்ம என்ன சொல்லுவோம்னா ஹெட்ரோட்ரோப்ஸ். த காமன் கேட்டகரி ஆஃப் கன்சியூமர்ஸ் ஆர் The common categories of consumers are primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers. There are three types of categories of consumers. First one, the primary consumers depend on producers for their food. Secondary consumers are small carnivorous and consume herbivorous, lion, snakes, etc. Tertiary consumers are top carnivorous that prey on both herbivorous and carnivorous. Example, owl, crocodiles, etc. Here, decomposers are some organisms that are incapable of preparing its own food. They live on the dead and decaying plants and animals. Hence, they are called saprotrophs. Example, fungus and mushrooms. These are the decomposers. These decomposers directly depends on the decayed and dead of decaying plants and animals. Energy components. All organisms in the biosphere use energy. The work can convert one from energy into the another. The sun is the ultimate source of energy for biosphere as a whole. So here the sun is the ultimate source of energy. So sun gives the full energy for animals and plants. Mostly the living organisms and other things mainly depends on the sunlight. The solar energy gets transformed into the other forms of energy through the various components in the ecosystem. The producers, consumers and the decomposers contributes a lot to the energy flow in an ecosystem. The functions of an ecosystem, the food web is given. So food web, in the food web we can see the number of animals, all the animals and plants so depends one another. The living organisms form an interacting set to flora and fauna. Flora means the natural, not a natural, it's a plants, and fauna means that animals that who lived in the particular regions, which are organized into the trophic level, food chains and food webs. The function of an ecosystem depends on the pattern of the energy flow, as it helps in the distribution and circulation of the organic and inorganic matter within the ecosystem. So energy flow generally take place in the hierarchical order in an ecosystem through various levels. These levels are called trophic level. The chain of transformation of energy from one group of organisms to another through various trophic level is called a food chain, and food web also is given. That means one group depends the another groups or another organisms, that is called a food chain and food web. And second one is that biodiversity. The biodiversity or biological diversity refers to a wide variety of living organisms. Plants, animals and other microorganisms includes the biodiversity which lives in a habitat. Habitat means we know that it is highly influenced by topography, climate as well as human activities. It represents the strength of the biological resources of a place on the earth. In biodiversity, each species, no matter how big or small, has an important role to play in the ecosystem. It maintains the ecological balance and facilitates social benefits such as tourism, education, research, etc. over an area. That means there is no matter how it big or small, that means that every organisms, every ecosystem, every things living and non-living organisms performs, and also it maintains the ecological balance in the social benefits also. The loss of biodiversity is given here, that the extinction of species. Extinction of species means particularly that the flora and fauna due to the human and natural influence is called a loss of biodiversity. That means the number of biodiversities, loss of biodiversity is occurred by the human desire. A healthy ecosystem provides a clean water, pure water, enriched soil, food raw materials, medicines, etc. Biosphere has to be conserved. And another one is that biomass. A biomass is a geographically extensive ecosystem where all flora and fauna are found collectively. It is the total assemblage of plants and animals life interacting within the biosphere. The biosphere, the all interacting with the one another. Biomass are defined by biotic factors like relief, climate, soil and vegetation. That means the relief, climate, soil and vegetation means the natural resources. They are classified into broad categories: terrestrial biomass and aquatic biomass. Terrestrial biomass mean that the land, and aquatic biomass in the ocean. You can see here terrestrial biomass. The terrestrial biomass is a group of living organisms that lives and interact with one another on land. So that is called terrestrial biomass. They are mainly determined by temperature and rainfall. Some of the major terrestrial biomass of the world are tropical forest biomass, tropical savanna biomass, desert biomass, and temperate grassland biomass, and the tundra biomass. These are the by classification of the biomass. So you can see that grassland and a forest. So biomasses are given, and desert biomass, and natural aquatic, marine oceans and fresh water. So these are the biomass types. And tropical forest biomass. The tropical forest biomass is comprised of several sub-biomass including evergreen rainforest and a seasonal deciduous forest, etc. So these are the biomass. Biomass means simply we can say the living organisms. That means plants, animals, and microorganisms both living in land and water. That is called simply we can call it biomass. The tropical forests have the highest biodiversity and primary productivity of any of the terrestrial biomass. The Amazon basin, Congo basin, and Indonesian islands are the major regions of this biomass. The regions have very dense forests and so have great economic importance of human settlement are found scattered here. They sustain their livelihood through food gathering, fishing, lumbering, and shifting cultivation. So here these activities are carried out by the tribal people in the forest region. Due to the humid nature of this biomass, the people get afflicted to tropical diseases like malaria, yellow fever. The chief trees are found in rubber, bamboo, ebony are the chief trees of this area, and bats, pheasants, jaguars, elephants, monkeys are the important birds and animals found in this region. You can see that the US National Cancer Institute has identified about 70% of the plants used for treating cancer, which are found only in the rainforest of Lapocco. So it is the one of the most important one. Okay children, today's class is over. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Thank you.